Okay, we're back with another episode of High Rated Edison today. Today we have Riddle Sunshine on 1346 rating versus 902 on 1271 rating. So both duelists quite deep into the top 100. Riddle we've seen on the channel before. I think we've also seen 902 before. Riddle is on this crazy quick draw deck, so we'll check it out. So opening hands, Yata, Kalut, Trapstun, Solemn and Bottomless. So this looks like Blackwings. This is Caius, Plasma, 2 Debris, a Raikou and a Lone Fire. So this is Riddle on their kind of signature quick draw hero deck, which plays the Plasma and the Scapegoat stuff, which is really cool. So let's see it. They're going to Lone Fire into Dandelion now and just pass it there. Yeah, they've got the Debris, so this makes sense. Blackwings, I think they drew the Dust Sheet there. They drew one of the purple cards, didn't see it. So Yata and Dust Sheet going down now. Pass. Draw for turn is Gauze. Yep, they're going to set the Raikou and pass. Draw for turn is Gauze this side as well. Pass. Draw for turn is Dandelion. So a bit of a slow roll to start. Raikou going to go off now. Attempt to hit the Yata. Yata is going to go off to draw. They mill Trapstun, Caius and Future Fusion. A bit unfortunate there. Going to tribute that for the Caius, hit the other back row, that's going to be the Trap Dust Shoot. Wow, yeah, they've really baited quite successfully all the interactions by holding the Trap Dust Shoot. They're going to put the Gauze back now, that's a bit threatening. Caius going to go in now for 24. Okay, looks like there's a bit of lag. Gauze coming out now with the token as well. Draw for turn into Vayu. Okay, Vi coming out now. Vi can get into the Dandelion. Yeah, so Gauze into the Caius. Vayu into the Dandelion. And the tokens. Can take out one of the tokens. Okay, looks like 902's lagging, but Riddle doesn't believe them. Okay, draw for turn is Card Trooper. Debris coming down now. Bringing out the Dandelion. This is good. Yep. Using those for Black Rose. Going to attempt a Black Rose, but that is going to get met with Solemn. But they are still going to get the 2 tokens. Yeah, nice. Going to use all 3 of those for a Plasma. Wow. I'm going to take the Gauze, or attempt to take the Gauze, but it's going to get met with a Bottomless. The way this resolves is that because Plasma has priority, it will attempt to take the Gauze. So when it resolves, it's no longer on field. So it does send the Gauze to grave. That is correct. For anyone watching that's not familiar with that ruling, I wasn't familiar with that until I was watching Riddle play it. Gonna draw the Kalut, summon the Kalut. Gonna get in with the Vayu, in with the Kalut, in with the token. I guess they know they put back the Gauze, so they've not really got anything to be worried about. Unless they drew it again. Set is the Icarus now, and they're gonna pass back. This token's doing a lot of work. A lot of the heavy lifting is being done by this token. Draw is Quick Draw Synchron with a Dandelion in hand. This is cool. And the Debris to follow up. Yeah, so this is... Yeah, wow. Here we go. Icarus attack now. Going to target the 2 tuners. That's correct. Yeah, definitely correct. And pass. And it does just look a bit rough for Riddle here. Yeah, Dandelion's going to get beaten with the big token. And then the Kalut is going to take out one of the tokens. Set the Deepers and pass. Draw for turn is Bottomless. They have got Card Trooper still. Card Trooper could help out. Bottomless. Quick draw. Okay, chose 20 mil 2. Okay, chose 20 mil 2. Gonna attempt to attack in. Yeah, I think they were doing that to crash. Yeah, that's clever. So they were going to crash, try and draw again. But they've hit them with the Deepers to stop that, which is, yeah, feels very overzealous. But yeah, could have just won them this. Bottomless Trap Hole going down now. Draw for turn is a Sirocco. Takes out 2 of the tokens. Passes. Draw for turn is an Alias. Alias going to try and get into the Kalut. Okay. yeah. Just showing them the Mirror Force, and Riddle going to scoop it up there. Yeah. Unfortunate. I did look like 902 just had everything they needed right there. Okay, game number 2. Riddle going to start us off. Opening hands are Dyna, Yata, Whirlwind, Deck Devi. This is a weird hand for Blackwings to pull up with, but you know, some of the side card access is good to see. Dandelion, Lone Fire, Trap Stun, Caius, Dust Tornado, My Body. Yeah, My Body's a really good side card for Blackwings. You think about what they give up for an Icarus attack, it can be really good. Going to set the Dandelion now, set the Dust Tornado, and pass. Draw for turn as a Borer. Okay, wow. Yeah, rip the Borer with the Whirlwind. Instead, they're going to start with the Fossil Diner there, I guess, to try and play around a Raikou. Going to set the Yatta, pass. Dandelion obviously not able to summon out the tokens under Diner. Yeah, going to take out that back row and pass. Draw for turn as a Heavy Storm. Going to pro set the Heavy and pass. Draw for turn as a Bottomless. Yeah, Fossil Diner going to try and get in. That's successful. Just going to set the Bottomless and pass. Yeah, not wanting to commit with the Borer Whirlwind yet into this back row. Okay. Draw for turn as a Trap Stun. Going to pass. Draw for turn as another Whirlwind. Oh, yeah. I feel like this didn't do anything last turn. Oh, maybe you just do it. You know, maybe you do just do it. Because that could grab you Kalute Gale, Blizzard Gale. Yeah. Okay, passing back now. Draw for turn is Debris. I mean, you're doing fine under the Fossil Diner, right? So all Riddle wants to do is special summon, so you're doing okay. Sets the Debris. Debris got a 20 booty, so that's pretty big. Draw for turn is Dark Arms. Going to try and get in. Yeah, going to donk into that, take some damage. Going to 1 Black Whirlwind into the Borer. Yeah, grabs a Kalute and passes. That does just get you around Debris next turn. Sets the Deck Devi as well, maybe to use with the Borer and the Kalute. Draw for turn is an Alias. They're going to flip the Heavy. Yeah, going to take out all those back row. A Tribute for a Caius, get rid of the Borer, do the damage there, and get into the Fossil Diner as well, which is pretty huge. That's pretty huge. That's a really good conversion there. How far are they on darks? They got no darks. Okay. Okay. And the Trap Stun went down there as well. Draw for turn was another Borer. That's pretty good. Borer Whirlwind again. Here we go again. What do they pick up here? God, what is going on? Picks up Gale. Yeah, Gale works here. So Gale can priority half the Caius. Get into that. And then get in with the Borer. Yeah, I wonder if they... Yeah, I don't think they will, but I wonder if they may Armor Master here. Can beef it up with Kalute if needed. And maybe just enough to put... So if they out the Armor Master, then you've got Dad. I don't know. And then, to be like, I'm just trying to look into the future on this one, but Dad pop the whole field, summon a Diner. That's... I mean, that's pretty good. Pass. Draw for turn as a Raikou. Lone Fire coming down now. Lone Fire into Titanial. Yeah, and that's the other thing as well, right? You know they play Lone Fires, so the Armor Master just doesn't lose into that because it can't get destroyed by battle. But okay, yeah, Titanial going to go over the Gale, so it doesn't get half next turn. Set the My Body and pass. Draw for turn is a Vayu. Going to try and get in with the Borer now. Yep. Damage step, Kalute. Yeah, take it out, and now you have 2 darks, so you're 1 away. 1 away. Draw for turn is a Quickdraw now. And summon out the Neos. Alias going to get into the Borer. That's successful. You got 3 darks. You got 3 darks, and if they take out the back row first, which you almost never do with Dad, then yeah, this could just be over. Dark Arm coming out now. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, so unfortunately what 902 has done is played right into this My Body, which is totally the right thing to do, you know. Normally when you special summon out the Dad, you go after the monster with a Prio pop, just because, yeah, just because you need to get it through, and if that back row that you target is like a Bottomless or whatever, then you haven't really succeeded in achieving anything. So this is the right play, but it's going to feel so bad here. So the My Body's going to come out, yep. That's going to protect the Alias, destroy the Dad. Yeah, whereas if they'd have come out and on this one occasion they'd gone for the back rows, and they could have gotten the back rows, the monster, and summon the Vayu for game, I think it would have been. Yeah, I think that would have been game. Or the Fossil Diner would have been even better as a summon for game, because this hand just doesn't do anything into that. Okay, draw for turn's a dandy. Yeah, Quickdraw dandy, famous combo. And then they're going to use, yeah, all of those for the archer. Oh yeah, damn, this is just game, right? Yeah, nice. Nice, really heads up from Riddle to see the archer line there. Yeah, so archer's going to banish the monster until the end phase, then they can attack him with both for game. Very nice. Very clean line. Very clean line. Okay, draws for game 3. Gauze, Lonefire, MST, Titanial, Torrential, Yata, Gale, MST, 2 Sirocco, and a Shura. Just thinking on that last game, I think they still probably, maybe it wasn't set value, maybe it was still summon out Fossil Diner. I know because they had the alias, no, ignore me. Okay, I'm just thinking about how else 902 could have played that last game. But yeah, I'm sure I'll watch the replay myself and find out if I missed anything else, and I'm sure you guys will let me know. So, going to start game 3. 902 is going to set the Yata and pass. Yeah, I didn't want to commit the Shura or the Gale, which makes sense, or the MST as well. I think you can do this though. I do think you can just set Yata, set the MST, and be fine with the Heavy Storm, because the Heavy Storm is going to take out 2, but you're going to draw. So it hasn't really weakened you that much. I think that's kind of the benefit of these draw traps, is that they do just let you kind of, you know, set as many as you want and not really have to worry about Heavy Storm. Okay, pick up there was the other copy of Shura. They're going to summon that out, get in. MST is going to go off, and they're going to Yata with that. Yes, they're going to draw, and the Gauze is going to come out. Yep. That's nice. Gale's going to come out now in main phase 2, half the Gauze, and make the Armor Master. Yeah, this is nice. This is really nice. It would be if they didn't just draw a Raikou, but yeah, it's really nice. So, Raikou going down now, sets the trap stun as well. Pass, draw for 10 is another copy of Vayu. Oh, sorry, the first copy of Vayu. They haven't seen a Vayu yet. MST is going to hit that trap stun. Going to summon out the Shura. Shura is going to beat over the Gauze, and because that goes to grave, they are going to be able to summon the Kalut out. The Armor Master can then go over the token. The Kalut can go into the face down. Yep, and that is going to pop the Armor Master. A little bit unfortunate. Mills. Oh, Mills are good as well. Mills are Dandelion. So yeah, that works with the Titanial next turn, or the Lonefire next turn. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Draw for turn is a Solemn now. Going to use both for the Titanial, and they're going to get into the Kalut. I don't love this. Kalut's good, because if they do a Kalut, then it just crashes still. But I don't love just summoning the Titanial out into Blackwings. It just feels a bit unprotected. But I guess Riddle doesn't really have many other options. Maybe they could have just like Lone Fired into another Dandelion. Set TT and hope they summon, and then still have 2 tokens next turn with a clear like line for Titanial. But yeah, doesn't feel good because they also have Fossil Diner in hand, so they really can't risk that going down either. Okay, just going to set the Solemn, set the TT, and pass. Draw for 10 is the D Prism. Going to set the Vayu, set the D Prism, and pass. Yeah, kind of bluffing the bluffing the Kalut here. Draw for turn is a Stratos now. Lonefire going to come down. Lonefire is going to get into the Vayu, and then yep, Titanium is going to get into the Shura. Pretty brave move, but it does make sense. They're going to Lonefire out for the Dandelion now, and pass. Draw for turn is the Shura. Oh, Shura into a Dandelion feels rough here, because you really don't want to use Solemn or TT on it, especially while they've got an active back row. Sirocco coming out now. Oh, okay, yeah, they've also got this. They've also got Banish Vayu, Banish Armor Master for Silverwind. Yeah, this can pump and get in now. That's 2,000 damage. Yeah. I was gonna say, I wonder if 902 knows this, but you probably shouldn't be pumping with Sirocco on field, because this effect targets. And so Titanial can negate it even though it's targeting your monster. Yep, and then the Silverwind can go in and crash. Because the effect of this gets negated, you can still attack with the other monster. So, pass in now. Draw for turn is Quickdraw. Oh, that's huge. Okay, so they can Stratos now, Stratos out for the alias, pitch the alias with the Quickdraw, or they can just go in and attack. Yeah, I mean, you probably don't want to play too hard into this back row when you don't have to. You're in a pretty commanding position if you're real right now, and you're sat on a Solemn. Yeah, this feels okay. Sirocco coming down now. They're going to Solemn that. Oh, that doesn't feel great, but, you know, I guess they really don't want to lose all the advantage they've established on field. Sets the bottomless and passes. Draw for turn is a Book of Moon. They're going to tribute summon with the Quickdraw over one of the tokens, then use it with the other token for a Drill Warrior. Yeah, do they get bottomless here? They do get bottomless here. Yeah, I was going to say that looked like it went through quite quick. I don't think 902 was thinking that long. Special summoned. Yeah, it's 9 seconds. Yeah, I think that's fine. We've seen they've been lagging the whole game basically as well. So yeah, that is going to get bottomless. Stratos is going to try and get in. They are going to use the D Prison. That's the second time I think they've added a card back to hand as opposed to playing it. But yeah, at least they are playing fairly. It was the right card. Sets the... Okay, I think they're just showing there that the other two cards in hand are monsters. So they couldn't be the card that they discarded. Okay, right, yeah. Game state cleaned up. Going to summon out the Shura. Shura's going to attempt to get in, but that is going to get met with a TT. They're going to set the Icarus attack and pass. Draw for turn is a D Prison. Yeah, Neos Alias coming down now is pretty huge. And they've got the set D Prison. Yeah, this is rough. They've got the Fossil Diner as a defensive wall, but it doesn't. Yeah, this if they just keep beating them down with Neos Alias, they're okay. This is 2 Icarus attacks that are dead. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Yeah, I really like watching Riddle play. The way they kind of calculate what's the risk to me here, and what they're saying there is if they summon another monster, they could play into a TT. They could, you know, they could lose more advantage here. This Fossil Diner set, if they'd have debried out, summoned something, tried to get in with that Fossil Diner would have popped them. So they are just going to go on the beatdown offensive now. It's a little bit unfortunate they've just drawn Kalut though, so this does make the Icarus attacks live. Yeah, battle phase, they're going to attempt to get in. They're going to Icarus attack both now. Yeah, set the Mirror Force and pass. Draw for turn is a Whirlwind. Pass, draw for turn is a Sirocco. So they sided these in for Blackwings, which is really cool. The debris coming down now. Yeah, going to grab the Dandy, and that is, yeah, I was going to say, this is Ancient Fairy, or Black Rose if they've not used it. Yeah, or Black Rose for game, and that's just enough. This Icarus attack's dead, and yeah, they haven't got anything in the grave to protect themselves. Really unfortunate for 902. I think they played quite well. But that's an intimidating match. There might not be that much in terms of rarity, in terms of rating disparity here, but that is still, Riddle Sunshine is a very intimidating match to come up against in any circumstance. So yeah, I think they both played well. This Riddle Sunshine deck is cool. It's really cool. We got to see the Plasma come out, but it didn't really get to stick around and do anything, which is a bit unfortunate, but we did get to see it come out. You're kind of seeing how the heroes warp the deck a little bit, so it's less kind of susceptible to deck devi, and I think that's why they're having a lot of success with it. It's a really cool deck either way though. They're still weak to deck devi, of course. They've still got Dandies, Lone Fires, Quickdraw, a Raikou or two, but the hero, the Stratos alias, maybe Infernal Prodigy and Plasma, like, all really help them kind of just stick around and stick monsters to the board and not falter to that. Really cool deck though. I think Rittle's got this, got this on lock. I think they're probably the best Quickdraw player in the community, and this deck is probably the best variant of Quickdraw we've ever seen. Not just right now, but maybe ever. And on this side, yeah, Blackwings doing Blackwing things. Saw a lot of the side deck cards, both games 2 and 3. Or saw an important side deck card games 2 and 3, but just not able to kind of top deck out of it this time. Really unfortunate. Nice match for 902 though, and I'm sure we'll see both of these players on the channel again soon.